Greetings. Let's get right to it, right in it. This is your brother Blacklight, trying to be your motivator, your custodian, the one who likes to take out the trash or the garbage. Now, getting back to why should the brothers and sisters that are descendants of slaves be entitled to reparations and exempt from taxes? When you talk about we were slaves, that term slave implies that we were happy with our condition of being slaves for the Caucasian, and that slavery was a normal practice, that all nationalities at one time been enslaved. But today, that word normal is a misnomer, because they tried to get us to condition us to accept the new normal, applying to what's going on in today's society, in the white man's culture. There's no such thing as a new normal. There's normal, and then there's abnormal. Abnormal means not normal. Abnormal is the correct term. There is no new normal. So the way that they took us from our home, brought us here, is an abnormal condition for the black man. His culture is not like this culture. This is a rat race culture. That word rat race is a slang term, but it means scramble or intense struggle, as in the business world. And America is about business. Business. We explain further, but first we want to show you our position on reparations and slavery using the Willie Lynch letter.
Mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old.
Is audible. You are about to hear The Willie Lynch Letter and the Making of a Slave, read by Ronald Eastwood. Contents. Chapter 1, Greetings. Chapter 2, Let's Make a Slave. Chapter 3, Cardinal Principles for Making a Negro. Chapter 4, The Breaking Process of the African Woman. Chapter 5, The Negro Marriage Unit. Chapter 6, controlled language. This speech was delivered by Willie Lynch on the bank of the James River in the colony of Virginia in 1712. Lynch was a British slave owner in the West Indies. He was invited to the colony of Virginia in 1712 to teach his methods to slave owners there. The term lynching is derived from his name. Greetings. Gentlemen, I greet you here on the bank of the James River in the year of our Lord 1712. First, I should thank you, the gentlemen of the colony of Virginia, for bringing me here. I am here to help you solve some of your problems with slaves. Your invitation reached me on my modest plantation in the West Indies, where I have experimented with some of the newest and still have the oldest methods for control of slaves. Ancient Rome would envy us if my program is implemented. As our boat sailed south on the James River, named for our illustrious king, whose version of the Bible we cherish, I saw enough to know that your problem is not unique. While Rome used cords of wood as crosses for standing human beings along its highways in great numbers, you are here using the tree and the rope on occasions. I caught the whiff of a dead slave hanging from a tree a couple of miles back. You are not only losing valuable stock by hangings, you're having uprisings. Slaves are running away. Your crops are sometimes left in the fields too long for maximum profit. You suffer occasional fires. Your animals are killed. Gentlemen, you know what your problems are. I do not need to elaborate. I am not here to enumerate your problem. I am here to introduce you to a method of solving them. In my bag here, I have a foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if you installed it correctly, it will control the slaves for at least 300 years. My method is simple. Any member of your family or your overseer can use it. I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves, and I take them differences and make them bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy for control purposes. These methods have worked on my modest plantation in the West Indies, and it will work throughout the South. Take this simple little list of differences and think about it. On top of my list is age, but it's there only because it starts with an A. The second is color or shade. There is intelligence, size, sex, sizes of plantations, status on plantations, attitude of owners, whether the slaves live in the valley, on a hill, east, west, north, south, have fine hair, coarse hair, or is tall or short. Now that you have a list of differences, I shall give you an outline of action.
So, in the videos to come, dealing with Willie Lynch, we will show you that we never started in this country being normal. The country wasn't even normal to this part of the world. It was normal for the Indian, but not for the Caucasian. So his whole system is abnormal. So stay with me and stay tuned. This is Black Light, Islam, brothers and sisters.